Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a match between Zest and soO here on Turbo Cruise 84, the latter edition. Top right-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Zest. And in the bottom left-hand corner, it's the red Zerg player, soO. Two of my favorite players of all time here. I love how Zest plays Protoss. I love how soO plays Zerg. He used Mutalisks. He used Mutalisks and a ZVP, you guys, against Stats here in Home Story Cup number 19. Man. Alright, so I'm rooting for soO here, but I just want a good game. I just want a good game between these two players. Low ground, wall off for Zest. Just gateway first into, I was going to say extractor, but assimilator. Probably into a Nexus. And yeah, blocking off soO's attempt at going hatch first. So annoying. So really annoying here. soO's going to be fine. I'll go somewhere else. I'll throw it on my third base way far away on this map. Turbo Cruise is not super useful for throwing down a quick third at an easily accessible location. Oh, he's thinking about the cancel. He's thinking about the cancel. Ooh, no, doesn't get the cancel. Zest is going to lose that. And then soO throws down the proxy hatch on the other side. The game got recovered from a replay right now. What an amazing turn of events. soO goes for the proxy hatch. And then the game crashes and they have to recover from a replay. That's amazing. I remember when that was introduced back in Heart of the Swarm. Heart of the Swarm launch. They introduced that concept. I was there for the launch in California. And that blew my mind when they did that. I was like, holy crap, that's incredible. We don't really use it except in tournament settings where the game crashes. Because otherwise what? I don't know. Otherwise, I'm not sure quite how to use it. So 4 probes here fighting against this hatchery and a zealot. It is going to be enough to take it down. At least before too much can happen here from soO. Meanwhile, this drones are trying to take down... My golly, they're trying to take down this pylon so it can actually expand. One base to one base is really, really bad for soO. He needs an expansion sooner rather than later, and this does not count. So hatch canceled. Drone gets out of there. The refund happens. Drone comes in for the scout to see what's going on and sees a pylon being set up just so these probes will mine a little more efficiently on the left side there. It's a weird map for that. So Zealot out, and oh my gosh, he threw up a cybernetics core. Zest is messing with soO so hard right now. Finally, soO at the 2.5 minute mark, 2 minutes and 45 seconds, can't throw down a natural base. Got a third base coming up here too, so he should be fine, considering the fact that Zest is just now getting his natural. So I think we're all right. Although the 2 adepts have already shown up. Zest, this is amazing. I guess there's nothing stopping him from doing that. Really? Whoa! That was a bad finish. I am shocked. I am shocked Zest finished that transfer. Both adepts die. They don't really do much of anything at all. And now soO, I think he has the lead. Those adepts threatening to transfer in, causing major problems for soO throughout the rest of the early game, I feel like. And now the Lings can move out. Even if they don't have speed yet, they can go because the adepts can't pick them off. They're going through these little stupid slowdown spheres here on Turbo Cruise. And they're going to try to see what they can do over this direction. Because, I mean, Warp Gate, not done. About 50% complete and not being Chrono Boost either. It is going to be a robotics facility opening here, so probably Archon drops out of Zest. And now the Lings are being annoying because there aren't any adepts to stop them from being annoying. The Lings want to get in here. The adept shows up, and that's where the Lings have to get out because they'll just die. There's not much they can do at that point once a single adept is here. Although, my goodness, are they willing to trade? I think they're willing to trade out here. They're going to take down this gateway in exchange for a couple Zerglings. Oh, yeah, they're totally going to get it. I love this. I'm loving this from soO. Traded a handful of Zerglings for an entire gateway as part of the wall there, too. So Zest has to replant it. Very frustrating to deal with for sure. So, yeah, both players being incredibly annoying in the first 5 minutes of this match, and I'm loving it. I am loving what we're seeing here. +1 melee coming in from soO, which to me feels like Lings and Banelings. Warp Prism on the way from Zest. Good unit. Warp Prism. And is he going to go Twilight Council? Oh, shoot. Templar Archives. Okay, Dark Shrine. That works. Okay, so it is going to be Archon Harass. For a second there, I guess this gas is coming up. But if there's no gas in the natural base, and you see a Twilight Council, and you see no gas, I mean, just a lot of gateways, it's going to be a Zealot, Zealot all-in. Why is my brain forgetting what they're called? Charge lot. Charge lot all in. I'm like, rush lots? They're not rush lots. That makes no sense at all, stupid brain. Anyway, he's going to have to hold this with apparently lings and queens, which more difficult than with roaches, it turns out. Oh, it's just stalkers. He didn't even... What the what? Gotta pay attention to what's in these things. Stalkers show up. Lings are much better against stalkers, and queens too, actually. Turns out. Queens trade pretty well at the same time. Baneling Nest coming in. So yeah, +1 melee is really good for Banelings. +2 lets you one-shot probes if you're doing like Baneling drops or anything like that. Overlord picked off by our stalkers. Again, Warp Prism taking shots from queens. They don't want to do that, because eventually that Warp Prism will die. Additional gateways here from Zest, and honestly, Mutalisk would be a pretty good answer here. There is not much by way of ability to get Phoenix out, or Archons out, or a lot of Stalkers out, honestly. Muta Harass would be pretty fantastic. Going to show up at the third base and try to get some Stalker Harass done. Again, the Dark Shrine exists. There we go. Warping in some DTs to make sure that this detection does not actually happen. This is really, really good out of Zest. Taking down that Spore. Beautiful stuff. And the Warp Prism gets out. DT is just hacking away at Queens. Much more efficient at killing stuff than the Stalkers are in this situation. Just picking up individual shots. Queen down there. Queen taking hits is really bad. Trying to get rid of the Warp Prism and make an Overseer at the same time. But this third base is basically toast. I mean, there's no mining that can go on here as long as this is happening. Overseer just about to pop, so they need to evacuate. Head into the main, where there is a Spore and a whole bunch of Zerglings, so no. That's a pickup and an evacuation there for sure for Zest's units. Oh, the Queens are ready and waiting, though. Good positioning here by soO's units. Lings in the main, Queens down here when the Warp Prism decides to depart. And we'll get rid of them. We'll get rid of the Warp Prism at least for a little bit of time here. And by that, I mean, where is it? There we go. It is heading home for the most part. But home is not where Warp Prisms are good. Home is a bad place for Warp Prisms. They should be on the front lines killing stuff instead. Pro tip of the day from Falcon Paladin. Man, these DTs are racking up kills. 9 kills on that one and 5 kills on that one. And you can just turn them into an Archon too, if you want to deal with these Lings a little bit more efficiently. Man, there's like hack, hack, hack. It's just bait, man. That Stalker is just bait for these Lings, and then the DTs hack them away when they come up and try to get it. It's so good. Third base now warping in from Zest. He is working on more Immortals, getting +1 attack for his ground units. And 3 base and 3 base, and soO should be expanding soon. Sooner rather than later. He's got a Hydralisk Den, so we're going to go Hydroling Bane here against a probably a Charge Lot Stalker Immortal play, which, yeah, this is what you want if you're soO. Now, the question is, has Zest done enough damage in the early game to slow down soO enough to where soO can't just overwhelm him with Ling Bane Hydra? Because this can be really effective against exactly what Zest is doing here, unless soO has been slowed down enough to where he can't get it done. So Hydra's really good against Archons. Like, that is the answer to Archon. It's always been the answer to Archon since StarCraft 1. And, well, yeah, even in StarCraft 1, for the brief window, that was the thing. But definitely Brood War, and definitely StarCraft Remastered today. Since that's not a balance change anyway, it's just Brood War is what it is. Changeling getting sniped down by Archons inside the Warp Prism. Ling's trying to see, is there a base there? No, but there's definitely a base here, which you know about, because you have, in fact, scattered it, probably with that very Zergling. Warp Prism coming around the bottom side of the map. Going to take some Spore Crawler hits, but can't afford to do so. It's been regenerating. Actually, no Spore Crawler hits at all. Amazing. Oh, snap! The Hydras, though! Get out of there, Warp Prism. You're taking serious damage. Your shields are gone. Can you... That's a recall, is what that is. I don't think you're getting out of here without dying, so Zest is going to recall. Meanwhile, pushing out across the front here with some sentries. Not enough to... I don't think that's enough force fields to really deal with all the Banelings we're going to see here. Fourth base now coming in from soO. A little bit late. Ling's trying to do stuff, but shield batteries and cannons are pretty much the anti-Ling harassment unit. Did he really come back in? Oh, Banelings exploding on those Archons. That's terrible for soO. He needed those Banelings for other stuff. He's only got 3 now. I cannot believe that Zest went back in there and got so much done. Ugh. That's crushing for soO. He needed those Banelings to explode on things like Sentries and Zealots. He did not need them to explode on Archons that didn't die. All right. Taking some additional damage. He's coming back in, man. He really is playing with fire with that War Prism, man. And there's the recall. He's like, all right, I have like no HP left. Let's go. Let's go. Resources lost 3,000 for soO, 1,300 for Zest. 4 base in it. soO here is sitting on 70 workers to 59 for Zest. But 3 base in Protoss. Pretty scary stuff, man. The thing is, yeah, Lingbane Hydra crushes this particular composition. You need Storm. I guess, no, there. I don't even know what that was. What the heck are you doing, soO? Why would you? Did you just send Banelings up to die? Is he trying to like get him, sneak him in? Probably trying to sneak him into the natural, but geez. Okay, there are High Templar now with Storm on the way, so that changes things. That changes things immensely for the Protoss player to have Storm available versus Lingbane Hydra. Heading out the left side here, Hallucinated Phoenix running around trying to see what's going on. Again, Mutalisks would do so well in this situation. They would just crush. But it's kind of hard to sneak those out, what with the Hallucinated Phoenix scouting stuff all the time. If you're going for a Spire, and he is, it gets scouted immediately. He went for a Spire soon after I said Mutas would be great here. He's been listening. Been listening to Falcon Paladin casts, DTs. Sneaking on down to see if there's a 5th base coming up, and by golly, there is a 5th base coming up, and by golly, you're going to die because there's an Overseer. Insta-kill. Yeah, immediate Stargate comes up in response to the fact that there might be Mutalisks on the way sooner rather than later. Hallucinated Phoenix exploding as they time out or as they get killed, I suppose. Hydras really want to kill this Warp Prism. They're going to get it too. Watch this. Nyat, nyat, nyat. Ah! Nyat! The speed. Oh, 1 HP. It escapes. soO's mad about that. He's like, come on, man. There's 1 HP left. It's garbage. 4th base from Zest warping on in. These players dancing about around each other. 195 to 145 supply. As Todd would say, look at the supply. It is favoring soO immensely right now. But Storm, as usual, is the big deal. Banelings trying to get in that mineral line. Storm and cannons. 10 probes do go down, nevertheless. Some dangerous stuff there. Lings, Banelings crashing on in. Getting, so much done. 23 probes down. And just crashing into that Nexus to try to finish it off, I suppose. Warps in a ton of Zealots to try to deal with that. 23 probes down is 83 to 47 workers. soO looking good here. That was just a poke. I don't think he was intending to commit with that, and then there wasn't much to defend, and he's like, okay, I guess I'll go in there. The Zealots are too afraid to go into creep right now, which is probably fair. Plus a attack on the way from Zest, a greater Spire coming in from soO. Broodlords are definitely on the menu today. Hydras, Banelings, Lings. Just patrolling back and forth. They're like, I did enough damage to slow Zest down. I really did. I don't really have to go in there and finish him off right now. I'm just going to saturate my own bases, get up to like 80 workers to the 60 that Zest has, get a bank, maybe get into Broodlords at some point. 7 Corruptors are on the way, so that makes a ton of sense. And look at them coming in. Force fields are non-existent, but the Storm is pretty good. How much Storm is there? I only see 1 High Templar in that situation. Oh, this is all happening, though. Hey, look at the Ling run-bys. Dude, Zest, how is your front door that open? We're going to rewind and see. But there are Lings just making a mockery of your main base. Tempest on the way to deal with the Broodlords, but if you can't get to the point that there are even Broodlords on the map because you die before then, what's the point of the Tempest? Oh, man. DTs are pretty good at Ling cleanup, it turns out. Templar Archives get sniped down. Warp Gates getting killed. Depowering Warp Gates, Dark Shrine, Twilight Council. Oh, man. 182 to 125 supply right now. soO's just like, I'll just make 40 more Lings if you're into that kind of a thing. They are upgraded with a +2 attack. Hydras have +1 attack there as well. But, yeah, this is bad. This is really bad for Zest. How? All right, we're going to rewind and check that. Then we'll speed it up. Don't worry. So... Oh, but no, but really rewind it, though. I'm not kidding. What? Okay, so patrolling back and forth, looking pretty good. soO's got an army running around, got some Banelings, going to crush up this way. There are defending Zealots to try to handle that. Mortal's actually crushing pretty well there, but more Banelings show up. And that's actually pretty good saving. And then, yeah, the front door was just wide open. Oh my gosh, the front door was just wide open. There was no zealot, no adept, no nothing in there. Okay, well, and then that happens, yada, yada, yada. The lings all get cleaned up. Templar Archives goes down. These lings get killed, and we're back. All right. So still hanging out. 188 to 134 supply. The Corruptors are here. The Tempest count is currently 2, which is not great. But not making any Broodlords yet. Oh, the Storm, though. Man alive, the Storm. Hydras attacking on in, directly engaging with these Immortals. If the Storm is gone, the Hydras are going to be really scary. Corruptors taking down an Oracle. Corruptors there to take down the Tempest, too, just easily handling them. And then Hydra versus Immortal just is going to go ahead and benefit the Hydras in most situations. Dark Templar trying to get in there. Overseer does show up. Charge Lot's not bad, and soO gets the win as Zest taps out here at 15 minutes and 4 seconds. Was there more damage done over here? I saw more probes die, but that might have just been this Baneling. Baneling, no. Yeah, Baneling's exploding there. Corruptor's taking down the Tempests. Storm trying to prevent that from happening. Oh, and Banelings do sneak in there in one shot. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. 45 to 81 workers, 159 to 84 overall in supply. Army supply only 39 for Zest. He's sitting on 2 High Templar, a Stalker, 3 Dark Templars, an Archon, and 3 Immortals with 4 charge lots. It's just not enough. He knew his economy was in the toilet. He knew that soO was expanding again because he was. And yeah, man, soO, the damage done was just not enough to overwhelm soO and prevent him from getting on this crazy 5-6 base economy of 80 workers and just do whatever he wanted, right? It's like, I have a greater Spire. I could make Broodlords if I want, but Corruptors are fine here too in dealing with the Tempest. And then he just had enough Hydras, Lings, Banelings to really make Zest just fall apart here, defending this third base location. Is that the third or is that the fourth? Can't remember what order they came up in because I have 3 brain cells, but anyway, rough stuff there from Zest. I mean, he did his absolute best. I did not rhyme on purpose, but it worked out in the end. But soO, man, Hydroling, Baneling, Corruptor support, Overseers for the DTs. Called it good. I mean, I want to say that Zest did a pretty good job, honestly, in the early game, but only 5 drones went down and no hatcheries died. That's a tough sell. That is a tough sell. And then this front door being wide open was no. I don't know what Zest was thinking, but you have to have that door. That door must be closed against Ling run-bys at all time, especially on a map like this where there are 3 separate ways to get in. Very close proximity there. You have to watch all 3 of those entrances and make sure that it's blocked off with something, an adept at least. And then at least you can warp in additional stuff to help the wall if it's getting overwhelmed by Lings. So cool. Cool stuff indeed. That, though, is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.